After demanding superstar money on her podcast, Angel Reese took the court and promptly went 5 for 13 in her next unmatched game. It's like the greatest hits collection of missed layups, and I can't believe this is real. There are 2 different videos floating around right now, and it's unbelievable. The only problem is that she followed up that bold declaration with a performance that left fans wondering if she was auditioning for a home renovation show instead of a basketball game. The only issue is that it was a bricklaying masterpiece. I think that's bad because one of those shots didn't just miss. It smacked the bottom of the backboard like it was trying to get out of the gym. The timing couldn't have been worse for her argument or better for everyone who enjoys comedy because I'm hearing things like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we said no. That's a possibility. I guarantee you the intelligent folks and plenty in the WNBAs are saying, will you? It's just shut up. Sit out, girl. You all benefited from everything. You youngins benefited from nothing. What does that mean? We deserve more. So let's break it down. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a WNBA player threatened to hold the entire league hostage over salary? Demands, well, Angel Reese just gave us the answer. And it's hilarious. In a recent episode of her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, which, let's face it, should be renamed Unintentionally Comedic, Reese sat down with her partner in delusion, Dee Carrington, and gave what may have been the most outrageous ultimatum in league history. She didn't just advocate for higher pay, she outright suggested that she would be willing to boycott if she didn't get what she wants. I love how you guys have selective hearing, I said. I'm hearing if they don't give us what we want, we sitting out. It's the truth, good. Angel Reese, who hasn't yet established herself as a dominant force in the WNBA, believes she has the power to shake the league to its knees. But when you argue that you deserve more money, the worst thing you can do is turn around and perform like a superstar, which is exactly what happened while Reese was busy demanding superstar treatment. Caitlin Clark was out there actually playing like a superstar, drawing record-breaking ratings, filling arenas, and of course, making her shots. Meanwhile, Reese was converting layups into viral blooper reels. The WNBA is trembling in fear over this boycott threat, or is Reese just giving fans more reasons to laugh? Stay tuned, because we're gonna get into the most embarrassing highlights, lowlights of Angel Reese's so-called superstar run. I expect to be one of the best players in the world one day, and I wouldn't expect anything less. More history for the Fever. I think a lot of good will come from that. When Angel Reese took the court following her audacious boycott threat, it was like the basketball gods had a sense of humor. If you're going to demand superstar money, you'd better give a superstar performance, right? Well, let's say that Reese's game film from that night looked more like a tutorial on how to not finish at the rim. Dips toes, locks it up, Reese on the cleanup power dribble to Sear versus Aaliyah Boston's final basketball club in the unmatched league. Reese had the ideal chance to demonstrate why. You should have received a larger salary, but instead she gave a master class in missed layups. We're talking wide open in shots, point blank attempts, and bunnies that didn't just rim out. They clanked off there like someone forgot to calibrate her shot meter. The timing of this meltdown couldn't have been more disastrous just days after she was claimed. The WNBA salary doesn't even cover one of her expenses. She performed in a way that left fans wondering if the rent was due during a game. At one point, it seemed as though her teammates stopped piercing the ball to her, possibly out of embarrassment. She also threatened to go on strike, which is why sometimes you should have someone listen to a podcast. I understand that this is how negotiations work in CBA, not on a podcast. Now, let's go back a bit. Reese's rookie contract pays her roughly $73,000 this year, which is a part of a 4-year, $325,000 deal that is entirely normal for WNBA rookies. But according to Angel, this salary barely covers her basic expenses. She went viral on TikTok by complaining that the WNBA doesn't even pay one of her bills, and then she casually revealed that she pays $86,000 a month in rent, which is $96,000 more than her entire WNBA salary. I just hope you all know that the WNBA doesn't pay any of my bills. I don't even think that pays one of them. Let me quickly do the math. It might cover that. It definitely covers that. What is my salary? I don't even know my salary. No one is saying that she can't live the lifestyle she desires. But perhaps if your rent alone exceeds your WNBA salary, it's not the league. The issue is budgeting, Angel, but rather than reconsidering her strategy, Reese intensified her boycott threat, taking to social media to make it clear that she wasn't merely speaking spontaneously and that she was prepared to sit out if her financial demands weren't met. No, my R is more than that. It's 8,000 and I'm living beyond my means. This is where it gets even funnier. One of her main grievances is that future rookies, like USC Juku Watkins, may end up earning more than her. The ones entering this year will still be under the rookie contract, but the ones that follow will most likely surpass us in salary. In what isn't this year, but next year, the ones who are coming in this year will still be in the rookie contract again. And the ones who are going to get more the year after are probably going to be making more than us. They say, yeah, I've been in the meetings, they are, but that's not fair, Angel. That's the way professional sports contracts work. She signed a 4-year rookie scale deal, and even if the WNBA negotiates a new CBA that raises rookie salaries, she's still bound by the terms of the contract she signed. Imagine if every second-year NBA player demanded a raise simply because the salary cap went up. That's how every league operates. Owner, I didn't get rich by squandering a couple of $1 million on something that has no chance of making money. These two sit out and watch what happens. Personally, I would miss watching the Fever and Caitlin Clark, but I wouldn't miss anything else. Moreover, the WNBA still lost about $40 million last season. They aren't exactly sitting on NBA-level revenue, and the league can't afford to start ripping up contracts because Angel Reese no longer likes hers. You lost $40 to $50 million, and the NBA wouldn't have to subsidize your stupid asses to the tune of $40 to $50 million annually. Performance is important, so if you want to demand special treatment, you better play like an all-star. However, Reese is out there missing L's like she's trying to test the backboard's structural integrity. Let's face it, if Angel Reese believes she's too good for her WNBA contract, she might want to start proving it on the court because, at the moment, the only thing she leads the league in is missed layups. She's third in three-point field goals. But the numbers tell a different story. Talks a lot about being one of the faces of the WNBA, but when you look at the ratings, it's obvious that she has nothing to do with why people are watching. In fact, when she played without Caitlin Clark on the other side of the court, the viewership numbers fell. Angel Reese had one of the worst shooting games in Earth's history last night. I know her team won, but I understand that I only got 5 of 13 points from the field, 13 rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds. People aren't watching Ree miss layups and whining about her salary. They're watching for real star power. And let's face it, if Ray's truly had this much popularity, wouldn't her own games be sold out, her jerseys be flying off the shelves, and people be vying for tickets to watch her play? Instead, Caitlin Clark leads the WNBA in attendance, jersey sales, and viewership, while Ree continues to act as though she's the one drawing attention to the league, while shooting 39% from the field and missing layups that would make a middle school coach shake their head. The missed layup montage that has been going viral online is one of the funniest things you'll see all year. Witty open shots with no defenders in sight. And she's still finding new and inventive ways to break them. At this point, someone needs to check if the backboard owes Reese money because she's been punishing it nonstop. Oh, Reese 3 on 3 part 13, Let's Get Out classic long 2 by PS. She also said, if they don't pay them the bag in the WNBA, we're sitting out. Hey, no rims or backboards were harmed during the filming of this video. Viewers are encouraged to look away. Hayward, I heard her say that she might sit out if the WNBA doesn't pay her what she deserves. Say, $1 million for every missed layup is fair. B, our step-pending queen, properly fair wages. For all I repeat, fair wages, remember, they're coming to see her long tube butter. The internet predictably had a field day as clips of these missed layups went viral. Fans responded with comments dripping with sarcasm. Pay her, please, and give her the max appeared repeatedly under videos of her bricks, others of her bricks. Didn't hold back labeling Reese a bricklayer and questioning her offensive skills with comments like, She is so overrated and only one. I've seen make a layup look hard, guys. How many times have I said she should be there? She should be practicing and no jumpers from nowhere. She ought to be just layup after layup after layup because, let's be real, a lot of the heat she takes is because of this, and it's because it's not to be believed. But let's get serious for a second. This is not how you prove you deserve more money. Picture this. You walk into your boss's office, demand a raise, and then immediately fumble a simple task that's literally in your job description. That's exactly what happened here. Reese talked about how she deserves a bigger paycheck, and then went out and put up a highlight reel of missed layups. You can't make this up. Say what you want about it. So say what you want. Angel Reese, you can't tell me she isn't the star of every show every time she's on the court. You even hate on this. She's Larry, Moe, and Curly. All at once, the three stows, I mean. Well, come on. I think the worst part is Lisa Leslie. Risk her legacy and credibility coaching her with no visible. So far anyways, good. God, laugh out loud, but she gets rebounds. She's threatening leagues over pay. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is actually elevating the WNBA, selling out arenas, breaking viewership records, and putting up legitimate superstar performances. While Reese is busy demanding money. As an Earton, Clark is letting her game do the talking. That's the difference between a real star and someone who just wants to be treated like one. At this point, Reese might want to reconsider the boycott idea, because after this performance, the WNBA might not even notice if she sat out and isn't shooting like 35% from the field. Can somebody tell me who in the world watches a 35% shooter from the paint that is basically grabbing her own rebounds from her own missed shots when measuring star power? Social media followers and podcast engagement might seem impressive, but real test lies in actual viewership numbers. And when it comes to Angel Reese, the numbers tell a story. She probably doesn't want to hear the unrivaled league where she currently plays started off with promise, but interest has plummeted to record lows, dipping below 100. 0 viewers. This isn't just a decline. It's a dramatic drop-off that suggests fans simply aren't tuning in to watch her play. Their attention, notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark because she wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark, and then she doesn't celebrate with her teammates, so she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. The reality of Reese's post-star power becomes even more questionable when you realize that gets outdrawn by a random college contest. It raises serious concerns about just how much pull Reese actually has. If she's as influential as she claims to be, why aren't people showing up to watch? Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest. We can sugarcoat it all you want. But if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. 0 zip. Nothing this lack of interest extends beyond the unrivaled league. WNBA attendance figures tell the same story. Games featuring Caitlin Clark consistently, or games featuring Caitlin Clark consistently. Pack arenas while those headlined by Reese struggle to fill seats. Empty arenas don't lie, and neither do TV ratings. Both make one thing abundantly clear. Clark is the true driving force behind women's basketball's rise in popularity, not Reese. Actually, if you really want to go into business, you need to. Nothing amazing, pretty amazing place right now. And I think a lot of people, or most people, would not believe it's in that place right now. Clark stated in a recent interview that's the difference between one player issuing ultimatums and the other acknowledging and appreciating the moment. I mean, I'm not big on comparing. Whether you like it or not, 90% of this revived or renewed interest is really based around one single player, while Rhea spends her time concentrating on contract negotiations and making demands. The WNBA and the NBA, I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible. I think that most people, or a lot of people, would not believe that it's in the place that it is right now. So I think that when people ask me where I think it'll be in 5 years, I find it difficult to respond because people didn't even think we'd be here right now. I think that the possibilities are endless. As you can see by looking at our TV numbers, when we're on national television, we're averaging over 1 million viewers or whatever it is. All ST, I think, was over 4 million viewers number. So I think the more opportunities are given, the more it will shine and get better and better. I also think that as those players enter the league, it will continue to get better. We're adding 2 new teams next year and then probably another team after that. I think that will be good because it would lengthen the season a little bit more. Reese threatens boycotts, but Clark is concentrating on improving. Instead of demanding special treatment, Clark is spending her offseason honing her skills and getting ready for her second year in the league. If I were funding this league, it would say, all right, hold on, you got a golden good. We all got one in Caitlin. These people who are criticizing Caitlin Clark, these people hating Caitlin Clark, these people who are talking as if they are as important as Caitlin Clark are hurting our opportunity. They're hurting the brand. So who's actually responsible for the explosion of interest in women's rights? They're trying to improve her performance, not her pay. Caitlin Clark, not Angel Reese, is the main driver behind women's basketball's current surge in popularity. The data makes it crystal clear that Clark is a major viewership draw, and Reese's belief that she simply doesn't hold up when you look at the numbers overestimate her impact. I will keep using my voice to advocate for what we as a league deserve and want. Thank you, but that's not what you did. You told me that they're going to receive more than us, that I deserve more, and so on. Oh, stop talking. The statistics clearly show that women's basketball is growing quick. While one player is making headlines for demanding more money, another is quietly selling out arenas and breaking viewership records. As one analyst put it bluntly, if I were an NBA owner, I would miss watching the Fever and Caitlin Clark, but I wouldn't miss anything else. The truth is that Clark has a greater influence than those who say they are equally important to the WNBA's success. The future of women's basketball isn't being shaped by empty threats and podcast rants, but rather by genuine skill and a player who lets her game speak for itself. The contrast between ility and entitlement, substance and spectacle, and the fact that fans are making their voices heard through their engagement in ticket sales is evident. The real question is whether Angel Reese will ever wake up and realize this, or if she will continue to believe her own hype as the world moves on without her.